LI News Radio presents Meet the Candidates with Matt Goldapper.
.1039 LI News Radio. I'm Matt Goldapper. With me, Judge Chris and Kelley. How are you?
I'm good, Matt. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us today. So tell me about where you preside.
I'm currently presiding in a criminal domestic violence part, which is one of the specialty problem-solving parts in Suffolk County.
Okay, great. And what kind of cases are you currently seeing?
These are all acts of domestic violence or allegations of violence between family members, spouses, intimate partners.
Okay.
And they're heard in one of the two specialty domestic violence parts in Central Islip.
And how long have you been a judge?
I've been a judge for 6 years. I was elected in 2007.
Okay, and what was the process for you to get there? Tell me a little bit about your background. You were an attorney, you worked for the ADA, you were an ADA, Assistant District Attorney?
Actually, I've been either a lawyer or a judge for almost 30 years. I began my career as an Assistant District Attorney in Suffolk County, prosecuting crimes in the District Court Bureau, where I'm now a judge. I also worked in the Family Crime Bureau and the Grand Jury Bureau, as well as the East End Bureau. So after doing that for about 3 years, I started my practice, and I was in private practice for 14 years in Riverhead, where I grew up, handling a general practice, but really with a focus on criminal, matrimonial, and family court matters.
Great, and then after that, for 5 years, you were?
After that, I worked as a court attorney referee, which is a really interesting position where you do law clerk-like work, but you also do the work of a judge deciding issues with the same force and effect as a judge would. And I did that in Supreme Court, in the integrated domestic violence part, and in family court.
Great. And then you were elected into become a judge, and how has that experience been for you so far?
It's been fantastic, challenging, stimulating,
right. Well, how's the first
satisfying.
The first time you hit that gavel, how was that feeling?
Actually, I felt extremely comfortable in the courtroom.
Yeah.
I don't have a gavel.
Okay. Was that like an old school thing, or they just don't give them to you?
It's a good old school thing,
right.
and some people have them.
Right.
I don't find it necessary to use the gavel. We have court officers who keep order in the court.
Gotcha. All right, great. Tell me a little bit about the screening process. I know they have a couple different kinds of screening processes that different judges go through. Tell me about what you've went through and what qualifications.
They do have two different screening avenues. One is through the local bar association, and there's been in Suffolk County a long-standing agreement between the political leaders and the bar association that they would not run a candidate who was found not qualified. So the Suffolk Bar has a group of somewhere between 15 and 20 lawyers who screen judicial candidates, and the finding is either qualified or not qualified. And they're looking into your base of knowledge and experience in the area that you'll be presiding over as a judge, and they're looking into your judicial temperament, and they're looking at your ethical background and reputation.
Great, and there's also another organization too that I think does some qualifications as well.
In 2007, actually, the year I ran, it was the first year the Office of Court Administration began having an independent judicial qualifications commission, which also screens candidates. And I think it was their effort to add another layer to ensure that candidates who were being offered the opportunity to run for a judgeship were the most highly qualified.
Right.
It's not a mandatory screening, it's discretionary, and I've chosen to do that because I feel strongly that the public deserves to know that information.
Great, and that option, you need to be non-qualified, qualified, or highly qualified.
Yes, and I was found highly qualified when I screened for both district court judge and actually family court judge.
Great, and you can tell me about some of the endorsements that you have going for this this term?
I'm very proud that I do have the endorsement of the Suffolk County Probation Officers Association, the Suffolk County Court Officers Association, the Suffolk County Court Employees Association, and then there's a cluster of 5 police associations which has unanimously endorsed me as the best candidate for this position, and that's the Suffolk County PBA, the Suffolk County Detectives Association, the Suffolk County Superior Officers Association, and there are two others, and I am very proud to have those endorsements. But even more importantly, I think I'm proud of the fact that I have a broad base of support amongst members of the defense bar as well, from every political persuasion, and that's a testament to the fact that I really am fair.
Absolutely.
and impartial.
All right, great. And when people go out on Election Day, where do they find you on the ballot?
They will find me on row A, the Democratic line. They will find me on the Independence Party line, and they will find me on the Working Families line.
There you go. Judge Chris Ann Kelley, thank you very much for coming
Thank
down
you so
today.
much, Matt.
We
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
This is 103.9 LI News Radio.